this day. Usually during this time, I would be in sunny Fort Lauderdale, North Beach, but I had some pressing things to take care of here. And once again, good morning, top of the morning to everyone. Hope everybody is doing well. They've got whatever they've got to do done. Seeing the kids off. It was kind of chilly this morning and a little bit damp. So hopefully everybody's okay. It was crazy when they enacted no touch trauma because I think no touch trauma is even worse than touch trauma because that's where they begin to like try to break you down psychologically and financially, and then that all transmute into physical. And it's crazy how far a person will go to basically break another person down in order to control them. And that leads me to saying, have you noticed the uptick in the electric vehicles? What I've noticed about electric vehicles is the sound that they emit. They like emit this certain sound, and everything is on frequency, and it just makes me wonder about these electric vehicles. And I miss the sound of a real true engine. I love American muscle cars for that very reason. They evoke a sense of confidence that just the electric one does not. And another side note on that reading I did the other day, Melchizedek, yes, that is a real character, and he's not a character. He is actually someone that we were supposed to have forgotten, and it's likened to the Salem situation. I'm not going to get too far into it because that is something that you have to look up yourself. Remember Melchizedek and Salem, the originality from Salem, and Jesus from Jerusalem, and the Nephilim, and the fact that we are surrounded by them, and this is the time. So push that to the side, Jarvis. Tony Starks. Okay, push that to the side. So I came that I might read cards this morning, and I haven't picked yet. I haven't picked yet. I picked a deck, the ethereal deck. I will do that. And it was crazy when that was enacted on me. It seemed like because it was like done so quietly, I wasn't aware. That's like throwing rocks and hiding your hands. It was done so quietly, and it might have appeared that I was aloof, but I was kind of busy. I was writing and creating and things of that nature, but I didn't know that the people that were surrounding me on purpose in which to poach my information. And I ran into a situation in where I was actually working in a company where my information was being poached by like several females, and they were not the top tier. They were lowlings in the situation, but inadvertently they poached my family. And I didn't know how, because some people, they put on a front. They like, oh, I'm all that, I'm doing this, I'm getting that, I'm doing that. And I didn't know that the fact that they were buying all these things was their basically pretty much all get out, right? So I didn't know they basically were going to like target me in such a way that their shopping was therapy. I didn't know that their shopping was their way of trying to not appear as guilty as they were, because from what I'm understanding, they're getting paid to do the gang stalking. They're getting paid to be on my pages and not say nothing. Like not say nothing. And it's more and more apparent because I don't talk to these people. I wasn't talking to them anyway. It was only a parasocial situation on the internet. So I wasn't seeing these people regularly. These people have faked bonds to the point of craziness. And what was weird was when the last boyfriend with the blue drop top, right? Um, he's lazy. And I was looking at him and I was noticing because, like, when I came into the situation, I was working at another place yet, but I realized that the girls were kind of intertwined. They all kind of went to the same alma mater and they kind of all had the same kind of basic mind frame. Um, I'm smart and I can control the situation. And basically, that's the ego. And once the top tier knows that you can be controlled by your ego, then that's when you're on puppet strings. So that happened, and then I was like, okay, so when I'm not going to say his name, it starts with an E, and it's a weird name. It means Earth. I'll put it like that. And he was lazy and he wasn't doing a lot of work. And what was crazy was during the Thanksgiving when all things like went explosion on me last year. Um, it was certain things that I was noticing. Like I noticed that my son had stopped calling me as much. And that's when I figured out that maybe there was another situation going on behind my back because me and my son had been close up until like a trip to Vegas that I took. I took a trip to Vegas and it seemed like my mom, my sister, and my ex-husband were like doing weird things in my home while I was out of town. So when I came back, it just like the breakdown happened. Like I came home and a personal item of mine, which was navy blue and this big, was missing. And I was like, who took it? Because it was personal. It was for personal thing. Oh yes, T. I'm telling you. Yes, I'm telling you. If you haven't read my book yet, you understand. Like I have a mind full of tea, and when I write my books, I write them in fiction because yeah, I didn't even know that that stuff was true until like I went back and read it and I was like, "Oh wow, that stuff is true." So anywho, uh so E was dating me, but he was always on the phone with Kevin, which is another E, because he didn't know that I paid attention when he took me to his apartment, that I paid attention to his name was totally different than the name that he always like addressed him by. And what was crazy is he was even following me on Instagram as another name. And hint hint, they hang in McDougal's in Pasadena, Glen Burnie. They're always at the strip club. And it was crazy because you would think that these guys were extra masculine. No, they were studying women to be like women, to be more like women, or to see what they had so that they can take it, so that they could be boyfriends together. And what was crazy is uh one of a co-worker frenemy enemy, whatever she wants to call herself, who did the long game. She's like, "Oh, my mother told me to look for you." No, you came to look for me because you have ulterior motives. And she always used to try to talk me into ex work. And she always used to try to get me to try to like hook up with guys randomly. And I'm like, not that spirited. Like, I even talked to one guy on the phone, and when I listened to him, it became very apparent that this girl had already scripted him on what to say and what to talk to me about. And it was like, girl, get out of here. Be a hoe on your own. I don't need to do all that. I kind of have a personality and other things. So no, that's not going to work. And it was crazy because if you're making all this money as in like a ex worker and you have a government job, like what you really on, what you really got going on that you keep being in these situations. So after she tried to low key poison me and then like videotape me in my backyard dancing without my permission, like I noticed like everybody was weird. And then I had to go and get my son from like Owings Mills. I had to get my son from Owings Mills in the middle of the night. And it just dawned on me that not only were they plotting on me, but this man's boyfriend was following me everywhere in this drop top BMW. And I'm like, I know the style. Like, I'm a driver, okay? I am a driver. I pay more attention to like the driving style than the driver. So I know when somebody is being aggressive and they're challenging me. Like he was almost like challenging me. So it was like a fight for who's the baddest bitch behind the wheel. But it was a guy. It was crazy. And it was even funnier when like I didn't even know. Like intuitively, I rolled through. He left me his other vehicle to use, I guess, because he still had to keep his hooks in me. So he left me his other vehicle to use, and I rolled by him when when they like had an accident, a little accident under the bypass on 83, and I looked right. So I asked him about it, knowing he was gonna lie, and it was crazy because he lied. And I also remember, like, I remember so much stuff going through. Like, you don't recall it until after it's gone through, and you're like, hold up, that went left. Like, for what reason? So, what was also interesting was then when we went to Safari. Like, I'm very rarely out at the club. So, it was weird that this 66-year-old fool always wanted to be out all the time, only wanted to come over like in like weird hours of the night. Didn't mind, did I didn't pay it any mind because of the simple fact I'm always up at weird hours in the night, and like I have a certain schedule that I work. And I prefer to be up at night because my energy is up. Like I have like a lot of energy. I had even started like indulging in the Mary Jane because I have like oods and oods of energy, and my diet allows me to, and just my whole energy is like up. So I actually kind of smoked weed just to bring me down just a little bit so that I can just chill. And once I chill, I might even just go to sleep because that's even better than listening to some people. But either way, it's like they were spreading rumors at the same time. He was going through my stuff, my personal stuff, copying my information. I found the Florida water bottle, and I think that was basically planted by somebody else because I had several people in my home. And what was crazy is they tied people that were really really close to me into this, and I didn't know that these people were like so brainwashed that they would just go with whatever, not even thinking that I'm a whole freaking person. And most of the people I've helped, like you were not in the cold when you were setting me up. You were in my home, like setting me up. Like that is weird and that is bold. So these three idiots, basically were like the catalyst to a whole bunch of stuff. Then I met this weird Aquarius guy, right? In a bar. I was doing karaoke, and he was like, oh, like oh and all, right? And I paid him to mine. I was like, out having a good time. And it just so happens we had a small interaction, and he acted weird afterwards, and it was so freaking crazy because then I started to notice I kept getting approached by military, fire department, police officers, bodyguards, these types of people, knowing that I'm a girl, I'm very feminine. Of course the ops. I'm very feminine, and they played on my character type, not knowing that I am kind of improv. I'm a performer of sorts. My first stage play was at Arena Players, and it was called Ghostwriter. I actually just remembered that. It was called Ghostwriter because apparently they had so many people close to me, like doing things to my medications, my drinks, and my food. Not include like uh the egg donor was even involved because she was so upset that she had another daughter that she messed up, like whatever. So it was like I basically pointed out all the players. I know most of the players. There are more because I still have to figure out why. No, I don't have to figure it out. I know why you tried to lock me in a mental facility, but the thing is, what did you gain from it? Like, it's nothing wrong with me. I'm not mental. I didn't need anybody to sign any papers. I hope to God you don't have any SSI collection coming from me because I want all that. I like, you don't deserve that because you guys watched me struggle, tried to take my home, in which I actually went and was able to do paperwork and get these things situated, and my home is secure. But yeah, you tried to unearth me for sure. Like you tried to like Even yesterday, as I was out at dinner with Alex, somebody came on my ring camera, ringing my camera, and we don't have each other's numbers. Last time I saw him, it was months ago on the bus. No, not on the bus, on the light rail. And he was like, I'm going to Dominican Republic. And I was like, okay, good. And we didn't exchange numbers, and I wasn't going to. And he came again, like he knocked on my door while I was gone. And I was like, I just talked to him through the ring camera. And I'm like, this is weird. And it's weird because initially you might meet a person and they might be cool. But then once they get whatever signal, whatever gang sign, or whatever frequency, or whatever text, or whatever they do to recruit these people, then they start acting really weird to you. Even my supposed cousin, I don't even know at this point, because once I saw who he was connected to, and I remembered the pattern of him, like the way he was doing things and hanging out and the way he was communicating with me, I knew he was part of it. And then when he took me to another family's house and they were all staring at me, like they were either looking at me like, why is she here? Why is she with him? Or anything. They were just the look. It was the look. And it was like, it's something weird going on around me. It's weird. And the fact that my siblings, the only sibling I saw was the last sibling I saw was in February of this year. And he came talking about your mom told me to come check on you. First of all, she has a vehicle. Second of all, she has a phone, and it's bullshit because she hasn't checked on me. And she's the one that basically called in an actual seer from Trinidad. She called in a seer and told them to look at me in my face and say, look at her. Tell me what. And she said, oh, she's going to be great. And that was like an auntie of mine. I don't know, because the way she said it, she said something weird. I'll tell you after I finish this part. She said, she's going to be great. And then I was like, yeah, I wrote a book, and I let her see my book. And then she was like, I saw my mom actually, like her neck took an angle, and she looked at me. She was like, you didn't write a book. And I looked at her and I was like, well, why is that flyer on your door? Why is the picture? I've been telling you that. And she did the same thing when I like launched my champagne. She was like, oh, you're going to get sick. It's going to hurt your stomach. And she was actually telling that to her friends. So I already knew she was going to try to destroy my business and stuff. So I didn't even sell anything. I want to make sure my stuff is airtight, because when you see a person get that jealous like that, they are psychopathic and they are willing to do anything to destroy you. And it didn't really dawn on me that she would do that to me. And it didn't really dawn on me what she did until I started figuring out what she did to me. And it was crazy because now she's got her little twin or whatever running around like mad at me. She's been stealing stuff from me since I've been a little child. They all been placing me in horrible situations since I've been a little child, and actually letting people get away with it and still trying to do it. And then this chick don't like me at all, and that's okay, but stay away from me and stop trying to steal my stuff. Stop trying to come around me. Stop sending people around me to try to find what my boyfriend likes and try to take him. Like, stop telling people that I did stuff that I did not do. Like, just leave me alone. And if you worked more in life, you would not need to live off of me. And by the way, you cannot absorb me to pay for you. Like, it's no wonder nobody asked you, why were you coming to Trinidad without your so-called favorite child? Like, dumb shit. Either way, so you invite this here, and then you go to the authorities and put me on whatever list this is that had me going crazy in the airport, who basically gaslit me in the airport so that you guys can detain me and put me all the way in that place. So then you tell them that I'm mentally ill. You told them I was mentally ill so that you could justify what you did. And you used my child and my kids' fathers, and then you set them up. You are crazy. And it's no wonder they have not turned on you by now, because I know exactly what you did. And just in case you try to act ignorant, I did put a protective order on you, and there are more to follow, because all y'all have lost your mind, and all I wanted to do was be safe and secure. Like, you're trying to be safe and secure, but the thing is, I'm not bothering anybody for my safety and my security. That is what's up. just wanted to let that be known because your girl is a bit tired, and I know who in the therapy place was poaching my information. I know also who you got into contact with at my other job when I worked for the state. I do know who you were in contact with so that you could enact that. I did find the extra workday number. I don't know who that workday number is, but it's registered in DC. I did find that. There were just so many things that I found since I started to pay attention. Yeah, and then but that farce that you guys put together in the airport was by far like that was high class. That was high class because I still want my stuff back. Y'all stole my father's social security card and he's dead, so I'm waiting for somebody to show up as him. Stole my social security card and my little baby social security card. So did you do a power of attorney? Are you trying to do an adoption? What are you doing? Either way, you ain't taking care of the child. So if you got paperwork, you're neglecting him because I got him. And if you're supposed to be taking care of me, you should be under the jail because you ain't never did no sort of thing, even from as early as Diester and David. The situation between Diester and David in Emerson Village. I remember that lady was cockeyed as hell. She had a very bad thyroid problem. To Esther and Tammy and Michael, I don't even know. I don't even think that the little girl know that you took her inheritance and then you took her taxes and paid for your husband to come over here. And then you made her feel like then you put us in such a thing that she couldn't even pay attention to the fact that you was stealing from her and it was never me. And by the way, I hope you do not have any life insurance or anything paperwork on any of my children because it was really weird how you do not do no babysitting. You do not want to be bothered with my youngest, but you all of a sudden wanted to take him to Trinidad because you just wanted to take some pressure off me. You've never done that. So why now? So which goes back to Thanksgiving when I saw this lazy man have some duct tape in his trunk. First of all, you're not doing no heavy duty work in no drop top Camaro. You're not. So why do you have this duct tape back there, sir? And then it was crazy how you left me the other vehicle. You went through with this. You left me the other vehicle. Then the other vehicle break down. But I mysteriously leave that vehicle. I say forget that vehicle because I knew something told me you had a tracker on that vehicle. I called a lift home and catch you about to sneak in my house. So what you was about to poison or what you was about to plant in my house or what you was about to take. Or were you about to just kidnap me? The world will never know because I started picking up on it. I was like, it's some weird stuff going on around here. And whew, I can't wait until what? The date that you prolonged it for because now you're just trying to fill up the courthouse with a whole bunch of crazy stuff so that they could keep pushing the dockets back. But I hope they don't. I hope they expedite this and get this over with because you've used the courts. Do you understand? You have used the courts. You have used the system to trick the system for yourself. I'm not proud of the fact that I even know you. And it was crazy that you didn't even want me to be a good person because I became a good person really without you. You went out of your way to not teach me a lot of things and not show me a lot of things. I learned a lot of things on my own. Out of isolation and curiosity. That's where I learned the stuff. And I learned a lot from watching what I didn't want to become as I got older. And most of what I didn't want to become was you. So moving right along. So I had my coffee this morning. I gotta get some water. I made Alex I made Alex's bento box this morning, and I forgot that I didn't have any more grapes and blueberries, so I kind of felt a little bad because I didn't have fresh grapes this morning. So I gotta do something about that. And I'm going to, but he did go with his bento box this morning. He did go with full food and everything, and he's got juice and he's got chips, and I make sure he's taken care of. And with that being said, I've got the rap that I've been supposed to showed y'all the other day. And once again, I got books. I got books. Go on Amazon. Go on Barnes and Noble. Go on Rose Dog bookstores and get inside gossip. Meet my characters. The next one is dedicated to the baby daddies. This one was basically dedicated to self-reflection, healthcare, mental health care, and just inside, the intrusive thoughts and the thoughts that you don't get to see. But the next one is a shout out. This is an ode to the baby daddies. And I'd actually started writing it a year and a half ago. But the crazy part is I kept getting stuck because something kept telling me, wait, because there's more. Wait, because there's more. Boy, now that I know what I know, of course there's more. And the fact that I've already got a great foundation I've already built on. Whew. Whip it good. Whip it straight. Whip it hood. I decided to sing it in the country version. I didn't know I was headed to a nightmare when you rocked me to sleep. I used to swim through shallow waters cause my heart aches so deep. With your touch, it felt warm, but it never felt secure. And it's all good cause I'm not done yet. It's levels to this mess. It's levels to this mess. It's levels to this mess. There's levels to this mess. Kinda thought you were a bore, maybe just a chore, maybe just a hard project. But no one really knew what you would be up to. Now this is your last regret. Didn't know I was headed to a nightmare when you rocked me to sleep. I used to swim through shallow waters cause my heart aches so deep. With your touch, it felt warm, but it never felt secure. And it's all good cause I'm not done yet. It's levels to this mess. 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 So you're walking on my stairs and knocking on my door. You hear a voice ask, who is it? You hear creaking from the floor. You hear creaking from the floor. The doorknob turns slow. All these thoughts on the low. And finally you see my new life says hello, hello. Didn't know I was headed to a nightmare when you rocked me to sleep. I used to swim through shallow waters cause my heart aches too deep. With your touch, it felt warm, but it never felt secure. And it's all good cause I'm not done yet. It's levels to this mess. And that's levels. But what was so funny, I'm going to pull the cards and then I'm going to do the rap. Because it was fun when I came up with it. I don't know what I was doing. I was in here looking at YouTube and then I was watching the Eddie Griffin special. Eddie Griffin is so funny and so tapped in. Oh my goodness. Eddie Griffin, call me anytime. I'll do your reading, pull your cards. We can even laugh. We can even talk about your routine. Like, I got some stuff for you. I want you to say it, cause if I say it, I don't know. Eddie tap in, Mark Curry tap in, Cat Williams tap in, all my comedian friends tap in, tap in, tap in, tap in. Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. I just always wanted to say that live. Tap in, tap in. Let me move all this stuff because I be writing and I be studying. Like, I literally be having legal pads and books and stuff everywhere. Because I got to keep my notes. And when you studying, you got to go have something to refer to. You got to have something tangible because, yeah. But let me do these chords real quick. Chords. My chords. I don't know who that's for, but I don't know why that just came out. Puerto Rican, somebody Puerto Rican, Dominican, you know, la taquiera. La taquiera. That's I love you. I love it or something. I'm not really that good. But yeah, I even think when that Dominican guy that I talked to for a hot brief moment, I even think that y'all got to him because that was who was on my ring camera, the Dominican guy, and I was like, no, cause no, and then it was like most of the people that y'all sent at me was narcissists. And what was crazy is I was going through a lot of grief. I was going through a lot of grief with my father. Like, that was the worst thing, 2019, when my father passed away. And I even believe that you actually made that girl put some stuff in my alcohol. And that's how I had that accident in my Lexus and totaled my Lexus. I remember. Because if your friend is grieving, why would you put a whole bottle and tip it in their mouth and then send them off in their car and you don't go nowhere with them and then you don't check on them? Yes, I'm talking about you, little short, little funny looking lady. I'm talking about you. Like, why would you do that? And you was beautiful at one time to me, but the ugliness showed when I seen how far you would go for male attention that did not like you at all. Like, it was evident by the second kid, third kid, fifth kid, by your kids that he just did not like you. And I'm pretty sure that you was probably a victim of the same situation at some point, but you became so adapted to it that it really doesn't seem like that to you. But whatever. God bless you. I pray for you to stay away from me. Either way. Cards. Ooh, it looked like something that you need to get checked in. Do you know what your name says? I suggest you go to the doctors. I do. I go all the time. And I get all my labs done, and my labs come back great. And I make sure of it. Even the times when I look, and even when they held me hostage in that damn place, they gave me back my labs, and my labs was more than good. And I am not diabetic, no cholesterol, no nothing. All my levels are great. So we've got the Queen of Wands. She just popped out here. Don't know what she gonna do because we ain't told no story yet. Do. I can't wait to do this rap because it's so cute. It's so cute. It's so cute. Even though I got a potty mouth in it, it's still cute. I like it. And I'm going to rap it too because it's cute. And I'm going to say the B word. And what's crazy is it's in my Warlock song. I actually want to sing that too. But I haven't seen it because what was crazy is when I don't know who took the time, because when I was jogging the other day, which let me know that I'm definitely being stalked. I was jogging and I actually took a picture of it. Somebody said, something Mariah Carey put X. First of all, red pill, sir. Let's start with the shenanigans. And a lot of times it don't even be no hacks. It just be karma following you around and that girl somewhere minding her damn business and you just so intent on it. You so left in limerence that anything that happened to you, you just gonna blame on that person because you didn't leave a scar on their heart the way you wanted to, but they left a scar on yours by mistake. Only because you keep thinking about it. And that's crazy because I do know that men have intense emotions just like women. It's just that it computes different. And once a man get hurt, it become like Call of Duty. Like, I must beat this level. Keep them gamers away from me. Because that shouldn't be that important. Like, your dating life should not be like Candy Crush. You should not be trying to just execute levels because then now you spending money on something that's not spending money on you. Like, y'all have likened this stuff to Candy Crush. Like, all your reactions are just like beating levels of Candy Crush. Extra cute aesthetics, really nice power moves, but where did it really get you? That's that red pill rhetoric. You've messed with 50 chicks and now you've got 50 directions to point the finger on before you go to the doctor. I mean, this is weird. I'm still shuffling. I only got two cards out here. Queen of Wands, Eight of Cups. That's all I got. This is the Eight of Cups look like. I like how the cups are lined up neatly, but I think that's just the OCD in me. It just makes me feel good to see things lined up neatly. When you've been out of control of things for so long, you tend to want to control your environment, and that is the therapy for me. This is the Ten of Wands. It looks a little heavy. This figure looks like it's a little heavy. Hold up. I'm going to try to wipe my camera off a little bit. I got some tissue here. Is that better? You see all that dust? Tissue. All right. So I've only got three cards. That's the Queen of Wands, Eight of Cups, Ten of Wands. A lot of wands. She's got a cat out here. And what's crazy is, I'm gonna show you this. I'm gonna show you. What's crazy is the last military guy that came at me, which went horribly wrong because he was a whole scam artist. He was a whole narcissist, a narcissist for no reason. He helped me get rid of my cat, and I didn't really want to get rid of my cat, but my cat was having some issues, and she wasn't acting right. So we let the hood boys have her and gave the food, gave the food to the hood boys to feed her. And I just seen her. I think I seen her this morning, and she looked healthy. She looked okay, and I just hope she okay. I pray for her, and I'm gonna leave some food out for her. I don't want her back in here because she done been outside with the hood boys, but as long as she's surviving, she good. She actually got long hair, so I'm all right with that. And I'll put some food out for her. And I do leave food out every so often. It's just once the hood boys get a hold of you, baby. I know. That's why I left them hood boys alone. I don't even like them. Don't come nowhere near me because they don't care about your future neither. They be jealous. It don't even be just hood boys. It be a lot of men out here jealous of the way you take care of your children and take care of yourself. And if they not mad and try to turn you into a version of the female that they've been comfortable with all their life, they try to make you they mother figure, they new mother figure, but then they want to still. It's weird. It's really tabooish. So this just came out, the Eight of Pentacles. So we've got two eights, we've got a 10, and we've got a queen. I don't know what you numerically apply a queen to, but I'm going to look in this book when I get finished because we're going to find else. So far, we only got 4 cards. I'm still shuffling. I like spending a little bit more time with you. I think it makes it a better relationship between us if I spend a little bit more time with you. Just no weird parasocial situations and where you're like sitting there creating a whole narrative that is not happening. I'm happy to see you come and I'm happy to see you go, and I wish you well when we're apart, and I wish you well when we come apart. But other than that, I am not thinking about you. I got so many other things to do, like groceries. I'm still shuffling. I do have a small accent. It depends on what I'm talking about, who I'm talking to, and what is in my energy at the time. Sometimes I'm Puerto Rican. Sometimes I am damn sad. I ain't been from New Orleans. I do like my Harry Potter. When I go into Hogwarts. I like going into Hogwarts, and I like the little Irish accent that pops out sometimes too. I think it's because I used to watch a lot of movies and I used to read a lot of books, and sometimes it helps you picture what your picture where picture what the author is trying to depict. When you just go into an accent, you see what the author looks like, you know the name, you remember the last name, and you just go into the accent, and it helps you kind of relate. The Wheel of Fortune. I like green. Green is good. That's the heart chakra. And this wheel looks attractive for some reason. Everything looks pretty nice. And it's lined up really nice. Like the OCD in me is like, yay! It really is. The OCD in me is definitely I'm intrigued. A bit tickled actually. A bit tickled. I want to do more performing. I plan on doing more performing. I'm a liver. I like doing things live. I don't have things on established on any like real platforms. I'm thinking about leaving BandLab because I feel like I'm like subscribed for no reason. It's not doing anything for me besides making people be in my business. And I don't need that. Like clickbait. I don't need that. If you're in my business, I need it to be for a reason, not just to be looking because you're just snatching my energy. I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. Okay? I didn't need that. But what was crazy about the fire guy that I met at it was something in Towson. There's a little Irish pub in Towson. There's a tall, I don't know if he was Caucasian. I don't know if he was Jewish. I don't know. But he was kind of cute. But then he did that monkey barn thing where he kept like coming to me and asking my advice about other females. And I thought that was so fucking lame. Like you giving me money, you buy me drinks. You giving me money to put in the band to give to the band. Oh, 7 cards. Ooh, I got the Ace of Pentacles. Look at this attractive card. I've always been attracted to the Star of David. I don't know why. It's pretty. I've always written them. I've always doodled them. Even some of my teachers, I swear, if you could subpoena them today, they'd be like, yeah, she used to write like little stars, hearts, and little dots and screws on the corners. I used to doodle them all the time on my work. And I don't know. I used to doodle. I always doodled. Always did scribbles and doodles, even as a child, like scribbles and doodles. Like I think I've always been meant to be a writer, just didn't know what my purpose was until I got to falling out of the bed and writing things down. So we've got 7 cards, and I don't like to do uneven numbers for the most part. I don't. But you know what? I'm going to take them as it is. This is the Ace of Pentacles. The last card that did pop out was the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man came out sideways. So we're going to get into it. I'm going to put the cards back in the box. Like, I like how the other ones are able to, like, just keep pulling and pulling and shuffling and shuffling and shuffling. And they come up with great stories and narratives. And a lot of it is true if you pay attention. But that's not my energy. My energy is to tell what's happening. And the story does unfold from there. Like, almost immediately it unfolds from there. Or it probably already unfolded. Or it is going to happen. So most of my messages are timeless. Okay. Got a little bit of coffee left. Where y'all go at? Y'all came so that y'all could see what I was doing, and then y'all just disappeared. You see how y'all do? Y'all see how y'all do me? Just be like that. Y'all could at least like or hit share or comment or something, but y'all being weird to me. Y'all being very weird to me. I came on here that I might show y'all some stuff, and then y'all being weird to me. It's okay. Let me finish drinking my coffee. So I pulled the cards. I was going to do my rap before I do the story, but I gotta read this story because the story looks good. Like I said, we've got the Queen of Wands, the 8 of Cups, the 10 of Wands, 8 of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune, Ace of Pentacles, and the Hanged Man sideways. Let's get it. I think I should change my hat. Change my hat. Yeah, I should change my hat. I should change my hat. Change my hat. Much, much better. Much, much better. Much better. Okay, so we've got the Queen of Wands. We're going to go into her because once I get to doing this music, I'm probably just going to go off and go on and sign off because I got some other things to do today. Queen of Wands. Where you at, girl? Come here, girl. The confident queen always finds a way to get things done and operates outside of what we must consider normal. The queen takes a creative approach to everything she does, and she does so with solid confidence. No second guessing here. She trusts her gut and doesn't let the background noises distract her. In the upright, it's intuition, passion, creativity, and growth. So far, so good. Queen of Wands is the first card out. We're going to go straight on across and straight on across over to the Hangman, okay? So now we're going in the Eight of Cups. I don't know. It feels like a love reading. I don't do love reading, so let's just see. Eight of Cups. Let's see. Eight of Cups. Cups. Is there something better waiting for you in an uncharted territory? This card signifies that it's time to let go and move on. It might feel slightly uneasy stepping out of your comfort zone, but your soul needs it. It's time to be brave and walk away from the things that are no longer serving you. Remember, you are safe. There is a reason for everything, and now is the time to move on. Abandonment, loss, letting go, escape. Okay. That's the second card. That's the Eight of Cups. The Ten of Wands is next. Interesting, to say the least. The Ten of Wands. Take care not to burden yourself to lessen the weight of others. Excuse me. Why? We tend to carry a heavy load in our day-to-day life. Excuse me. Remember, don't mistake overload for productivity because this will lead to paralysis. Let go of some of those responsibilities. If needed, you can come back to them later. If these problems weren't ours to begin with, then it's okay to give them back to their original owner. We need to take care of ourselves so that we don't shut down. Come in upright. All right. Overwhelm, stress, burden, accomplishment, burnout. Okay. Let's go further because I don't know. This isn't a love reading, but it is a self-love reading. So far, this is a self-love reading. Eight of Pentacles. Let's see what's going on. I'm always skipping the Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles. Be disciplined about your approach while honoring your craft. You are a dedicated hard worker. You pay attention to the details. Don't give up. If it's not going as planned right away, you are improving your skills and your dedication is paying off. You are only leveling up from here. All right. This is definitely a self-love reading. Wheel of Fortune. That's a major arcana. That is the only major arcana out here. Where are you? Wheel of Fortune. Got the Tower. Oh, no. It's two major arcana because the Hanged Man is out. I just haven't looked over there because it's 7. 6 is usually my fix, but that's a 7. Justice, the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune shows that opportunity is abundant. All things have a cycle, both good and bad. One makes you appreciate the other, and both offer new options to the situations you face. Luck, change, karma, and destiny. That's in the upright. That's the Wheel of Fortune. Definitely a self-love reading. Ace of Pentacles. Oh, I'm going to give you the summary at the end. At the end, I'm going to give you the summary. And it seems like it's a positive summary. It's going to be a positive summary for some. It's going to be a resilient summary for others because This is basically standing your ground. Standing your ground, okay? When you draw the Ace of Pentacles, it signifies an opportunity coming your way, sometimes in a way you least expect it. This card also represents a time for planting seeds for long-term growth. What do you want to move toward in your life? Now it is time to set those desires into motion. The Ace is favorable card for fresh starts. Upright is planting seeds, abundance, new beginnings, good things coming, opportunities. Okay. So, yes, this is definitely a self love reading where you just need to hold fast onto yourself. Don't get lost. Don't get overburdened. Be aware of burnout. And know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Sometimes, you've got your support system, and sometimes that support system isn't very supportive. So, what do? You support yourself. Well, that's what normal people do. Well, I don't even know what normal is anymore. What is normal? Okay, the Hanged Man sideways. So we're going to figure this little complexity thing out. And I saw it, so I should be able to find it a lot easier than it has been in the last few pages. Da, 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 da. The Hanged Man. The Hanged Man is an indication that now is the time to end old ways and release the restrictions that are holding you back in life. It is a time for inaction and reflection in order for your new opportunities to manifest. You must be willing to sacrifice something in order to gain something else. Sacrifice, release, new perspective, surrender. Okay, I read the energy before I even read the book, read the page, and it's on the sideways. So it definitely it's somebody that's in limbo about this decision of making forward. And I think it's good that you have pause. It's good that you take a moment to recon all the ups and downs of it, the pluses and the minuses, and move forward confidently and know that the wheel, it turns. Sometimes you're on the bad side of the wheel, sometimes you're on the good side of the wheel, but it all depends on your level of consciousness and where you are in life and the amount of karmic debt that you have accrued. Now, if you're on the bad side of karma, I'm going to say that this might be a hard time for you, but if you just hold on tight, and sometimes you just have to take accountability, sometimes you have to take the cards that are dealt to you because you pick the deck. And for the others that are on the better side of karma, I'm going to say that yeah, it's going to be hard. And sometimes you got to go on and be alone, or sometimes you got to go on and say goodbye to whatever that job is, that friend is, that material thing, whatever is holding you back. Sometimes it could be something as easy as a darn cable subscription, uh, or just something that you have that you're spending money on repetitively, and it's not doing anything. And that's what I had mentioned, that subscription to BandLab. Like, I'm spending $16 a month for people to just tap in and say some bull crap because that's all they've said, which I've been gang stalked on pretty much every platform my name has come across. So it's like weird. But either way, I'm paying $16 for people to just listen to me for a few seconds, and it's not giving me anything. I'm spending more money on that than it's giving to me. So I'm definitely going to cancel that subscription soon. So peace out, the BandLab. But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you're on the better side of karma, it could be things of that, like you using the same mechanic that doesn't really fix things. They actually make things worse, and they guarantee you another trip back. Those are the things that we need to fix. The people who we've actually gotten comfortable with that we should have never gotten comfortable with. Like, why are you in my life? Like, some people, it's like, why are you on my page? Like, why do you come here to not say anything? And I love the people that come and support me and say hi and spend a little bit of time in their morning with me, because it's good to get up and congregate. But this story is a love story of yourself. You've got to love yourself, because if you're not loving yourself, how can you love anybody else? And another point to the red pill community, which is definitely turned into the black pill, because now the red pill community is actively killing families. I'm sorry, not killing families, unaliving the family structure. Because once these guys finish chasing these 50 hot girls and they come up with like 60 STDs, and their kids have gone through CPS, because some of these girls are so mean that they are actually very vindictive and will call your wife and call your job and vice versa, because you've got guys who get left and they stalk the heck out of their exes and hack their phones and hack their families. And we've had women doing the same thing. Like, we've got the red pill has created relationship extremists. Like, they don't have any plan, any good intention for the opposite sex except revenge. And I need for these people to go and have several seats, because you're ruining it for the people who really do want a good, healthy relationship. Like, being cheated on repeatedly and then taking it out on everybody else but the person who did it is like diabolical. And then recruiting people for the shenanigans is even more diabolical. So it's like, love yourself enough to disconnect. Sometimes people need a visual. Love yourself enough to disconnect. So I hope this reading has been good for you, but let's get on. I'm going to put these cards away because I don't want to mess up my pretty cards. And plus, I wanted to do my Warlock song, or a piece of it anyway, because I had fixed some of the lyrics. Where is he? Because I be writing stuff all over the place. I do want to get on the train and go to New York again, because they got some stuff there for me to see. I need to see it. Shoot, Moynihan Square is the stuff. Like, it's the stuff. Moynihan Square is the stuff. It's like a club away from the club. I love it. Must be the seasons of the water, love. Must be the season of the witch. Must be the season of the water, love. Must be the reason I'm a bitch. Ooh, I heart you, but you just want my body. I heart you, you want some milk and honey. I heart you, but you be short of money. I heart you, you thirsty be too hungry. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. Must be the season of the water, love. Must be the season of the witch. Oops. Must be the season of the water, love. Must be the reason I'm a bitch. You stay love up in my cauldron. Must be the reason you're not rich. It's not my fault you're spreading karma, or you just pulled up with that bitch. Oops. I heart you, you smell the milk and honey. I heart you, but you're just broke, not funny. I heart you, too bad your heart is ugly. I heart you, you thirst and be too hungry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was the I don't even know what to call the call of the banshees, which is in warlocks, manipulation. I don't know. So then I was going into, I think I did this the other day. Ooh. Let me tell you this, since young my name ring like a tattoo. I ain't never need none of these trap dudes. You running up on me with cat boo, I will slap you. Picture this. Bitches checking my neck and my wrist. Should be happy that I just exist. Ho, go fix that shit that's on your lip. You just a pimp. You not a blip. Not even going flick on my back. Ho, you is regular. That line that it just took a whole beauty line to build your character. Use a celebrity who is aware of ya. Okay, this. Ho, I think you scarier. Bitch, I am scarier. Wrong message, you better dead it than you the carrier. Ain't got no medicine, ain't got no mercy. You should find Percy. Lie on your medicines. Go to the group to recoup. Y'all just a pack of hens. I see the lies after your disguise because I got better lens and I make better friends. Hand me my brains. This trip won't never end. This ain't a trend. I'll be writing all sorts of stuff. I'll put it together later. But yeah, more stuff. On to more stuff. I be writing so many things down a day. I thought I put these back in the box. Let me put them in the box so that I don't get sidetracked. I like my things to be put away a little neatly so that when I come back, I ain't gotta do it. I ain't gotta deal with all that. And once again, let me plug the book. Don't forget to get the book. I do not want you to be lacking when you get to the second book, because the second book gonna have you scratching your head a little bit. All right. What is that? What would you do for a basic bitch? What can you do as a basic bitch? I don't know. Let's make a list. Cluck your tongue and then get hits. I don't know. You're a basic bitch. What can you do as a basic bitch? You can wait for some lame dick. You can hang with a stale ass chick. Smoke loud and flick my bick. What can you do as a basic chick? Patch your weave and spit hot shit. Tell your man he can't handle it. Just pretend you can do a split. What can you do as a basic bitch? Order food and boost some kicks. Tell your mom that you hit a lick. Share a dude, let you have your pick. What can I do as a basic bitch? Not a damn thing. I be lit. Read a damn book. Pop my shit. Be a pretty girl. I'm legit. And I wrote that on a limb. I wrote that Saturday, October 11th, 2025. I be writing stuff and I be having to put the date on it because people be thinking like I just be like, no, I be really writing this stuff. I be writing this stuff down. What else I wrote? Never trust an old head who didn't take advantage of their youth because they will plot on yours with a smile and some paperwork. Words to remember. Sometimes they're not giving you advice for you. They're giving you advice for their advice. Whatever they got that they can't afford to do no more, they can't wait to poach your information so that they can spend their old raggedy time sitting there scratching on their tail and waiting for your demise so that they can cash that check. Yeah, I said it. I said it. Giving out bad advice. You ought to be a darn ashamed of yourself. A darn shame. Anywho, you see how this is flicked in there? I don't even know because I think on Wanda be mad with y'all sometimes. I think on Wanda, I know my daddy be mad with y'all, and I don't know. Like I got 2 living brothers. Where they at? Where they at? Suspicion much? Suspicion much? But I don't say nothing. I be just chilling. But I was just going to hang with y'all for a couple minutes today. I don't got but so much time. So I'm just going to hang around for a couple more minutes. It's already 1 hour. I spent 1 hour with y'all. That is a new high for me. I never spend an hour with you guys. I usually have so many other things that I'm doing. But I'm actually doing them while I'm on the screen. Got my pen in my hand. I like this pen. I've got to order some Kleenex. I cannot wait to find out who else did what, because I know certain people, and I've got certain people already on my camera, like the neighbor to the left of me. He don't think I know that he is basically in on the situation, because I don't know how many times this man has tried to film me, and then he have this female that keep coming over to his house, and the things that she talk about, like right out front my door, is like she's trying to make it seem as though the activity that she talking about coming from my house. I don't even be friends with people, so I don't know what she talk about. Sound a little delusional to me, but whatever. I just make sure I keep track of what's going on. And this one individual who keeps coming by my house, he don't understand that I'm paying attention to him, because obviously he's paying attention to me. and I see the patterns. And one day I was walking somewhere and I decided to take a detour, and I seen that same exact guy and he laughed, which was the narcissist in him. He laughed when he seen me coming through that direction, because he never seen me walk through there before. I don't walk through there often, but he never seen me walk through there before. And when he saw me, he laughed, and it was like he took pride in me doing something off script. It was really weird. And he went and gave another man, like working on a car shop or whatever, a handshake. And I'm looking at the whole thing and I'm like, it's weird, because once you pay attention to it, it's like once you see what's going on, it's like you cannot unsee it. And it's a bunch of clowns who have not done nothing with their life. And if you got enough time to do all that, you got enough time to do something else. Mm. Sickening. Well, I spent all the time that I really got today because I have other things that I would really like to get on to. And thank you for the one viewer who keeps popping back on, and I don't know what you're doing, but hopefully you're having a great life. Anywho, I hope you enjoyed the music. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you enjoyed the hats, because I love my hats. My hats. I saw another hat that I wanted. It's nice, and I don't know. I hope the place where I got my other hats from, it did get that hat back, because when I was going to buy it, it had like a little stain on it. Thank God for him. He was like, I don't think you want this hat. I always purchase with him, and he's very mindful of how I spend my money, and he's just a store owner. And I just love the fact that he knows, well, I'm a good customer. So take care of your customer, and your customer will take care of you. And that's the way the world works. Do unto others as you would want done to you. Yep, that's all, folks. I think I shared all my music. I shared all my notes for now. And I actually hung out with you for a little bit. I feel good about that. I hung out with you because usually I just be so anti. I am. I am. I have so many other things on my mind that it hasn't occurred to me that other people require my time, and my time is not free. So there's that. All right. So you have a great one. As I said, comedians reach out to me. I am serious about that. Serious inquiries only. I will know if you're full of BS. Have your agent reach out to my agent, which is me. And what else? Don't forget to get the book. Straight Champagne is still under construction, only because I still got haters on Rise, and we got to make sure that that goes away so that Straight Champagne could go up, because I ain't got time for somebody who got all the time in the world to work against me and ain't working for themselves. Like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Anywho. Love you lots. I be feeling my dimple. Kisses.